Hello and welcome back. So let's continue from where we left. So I had to take a break because I wasn't feeling good, and also there is a lot of work that I'm doing for my clients. So here you can see the dashboard that we created for the admin dashboard right here. And if you check on this part also, you can see we also were creating this home page here, but you can see this page here. You can see this admin dashboard here is not the same as this one. So I need to make sure that these three cards here align with this transaction card here so that it looks like this one, because you can see this one looks really nice. So I want us to go back to the code. So this is the code here, and this is where we have the home page. So here we need to increase the width. Here I'm going to increase the width to have a width of 60, which is 15 rm. And also right here I'm going to change to give it the same 60, and also here I'm going to give it 60 so that they will be uniform. So I'm also going to zoom my editor here like that. I think that's okay. I think that will work. And also here I'm going to push down so that we can have a full view of the code. So I'm going to save this, and let us see if our application or the application that you're building has changed. And if you check here now, you can be able to see that now they are aligned. So our card here and these three card here, they have the same width here, so they look really nice. So when we have the data from the database, then we can be able to display it here. But for now, because we don't have any data from the database, we are going to just use this dummy data here. So the other thing that I want to do is to create a product page here. So when you click here, you need to go to product page. So what I'm going to do is that let me go to the app.jsx here and see if I have already added the page for the product, and you can see it here. Also, I want to make sure that I add for the orders. So I'm going to copy that and paste it here like that. I'm going to remove this comma here, and here I'm going to add orders. So when you click orders, it should take you to orders page, but right here in my pages I don't have orders page, so I'm going to add that. So orders page dot .jsx like that. And also I'm going to do RFCE like that, and create that page. So, and then here I can be able to remove the import because we don't want it right now. And if you are wondering which why I'm seeing like the error that is occurring here, like for example, let me go back. So you can see here it is showing me that error here, and if I hover over it, you can see that the React is defined but never used. This is because I'm using an extension called ESLint, and that is the one that is helping me to at least be able to debug my code and also be able to know if I have added code that I'm not using. So I'm going to save this and also come back to the app.jsx, and I'm going to now import that page here for the orders. So let me go to the orders. You can be able to see auto completion. So I'm going to copy to add it here, and you can see up here it has been imported. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to close this page, and then the other thing, I'm going to go to the menu where this is where we have the sidebar. And what I'm going to do is, first of all, also I'm going to import here the link. I'm going to import link from React Router DOM. So from React Router DOM, and this will help us to navigate to the page. Like for example, the page the page products and that. So to do that, I need to come here to the products. So I'm going to cut this first of all, and I'm going to wrap it using the link here like that. And let me paste here the code. So I'm going to format also the code here like that, and here I'm going to add 2, and then here I can specify to products. So to products, and because I don't want to come back here at this given time. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to wrap also the others, for example, for the orders here. So let me do that, have a link. So I think, let me just wrap the orders here. So the orders, we have a link here like that, and then I'm going to paste the that code and format this one. This one will be to the orders, so I'm going to add it here to the orders, like that. And after that, also let me wrap for the users here also. So I'm going to cut this, wrap it. So let me just wrap it using a link like this one here, and then I'm going to paste now the code for the link for the users right inside here. And also what I'm going to do is to format this. I'm going to add two, and this one is to users like that. And of course, I want to create another page that will be able to show us the banner. So I'm going to come up here to the pages. So right here we have the pages. Let me also make sure that I create another page, which is the banners page. So banners.jsx like that. And also it is RFCE like that. Also I need to make sure that I have, so let me make sure that I add it here. So we have banner, so I'm going to copy this, copy that, and I'm going to paste it here. So for this one, I'm going to say banners, and I can be able to import here the banners page. So banners page like that. If you come up here, you can be able to see that we have imported that page. So I'm going to cross this. Also, I'm going to save that, and I can be able to wrap this also like the other ones. So here we have a link, and inside here now I can add the code. So here I can add two, and here I can be able to add the banners like that. So if I save this and scroll up here, so I can be able to come now to my code. And what I can do is that when I come, for example, to the products, click that, you can be able to see that you are navigating to the products page. Also, if I click on the products, you can see I'm navigating to products page. For the banners, the same. So for the orders, the same. So now I can proceed and create the products page here. And let's do that. So I'm going to navigate now. Let me close this and open the products page. I'm going also to close the banners and the orders. Those one we are going to create after some time. So in here, if I go back to my code here, I can just show you how I want the products page to look like. So you can see this is fetching the data from the database, and you can see here we are using this rich data grid table here, and you can see how good it is and how well it looks like. So if I select here, I can select all. You can see that we have 7 rows. You can see we have the pagination, and this comes out of the box with this data grid here. So this data grid here is from React MUI, Material UI. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click data grid, or I'm going to look for the documentation for the data grid MUI, and actually you can see it here. So if I just click that, you can see the documentation here, and you'll be able to see even the installation and many other things. So you can be able to see it here. So how you can be able to install. So one thing that you need to do is to come here to get started before even you go to overview, and here you'll be able to see how to import it, to install it, sorry. So I'm going to copy the command here. So, and I think, I don't know why it is behaving this way. Okay, I think it's also my network. So I'm going to copy this terminal command, and then inside my code here, I'm going to open the terminal. So let me open a new terminal here. I'm going to push this up, and because also here I had already some other terminal, so I'm going to navigate to admin side like that. Let me clear everything here, and I'm going to paste the command here. So I can do that, and you'll be able to see that my code here, or the this data grid will be installed. And we can come also here for the documentation, and you can see that it has dependencies. For example, you need also to install style engine, and also you need to install what else, so emotion or something like that. So I think already had installed these ones when we were installing the chart for the MUI. So I'm not going uh, to install the style engine, because this one they share with you can see the emotion here, and also this style engine. They use the same with the charts, because this is a material UI, and we used the chart in our homepage for material UI, and they already installed the emotion here and the style. But if you have not done that, please make sure that you have installed these two, because it will give you error if you don't do that. So let me go back to the code now, and I think here it should have installed. And before it continues to install, or it has finished installing, we can go and check for the products page. So now I need the product page to look like this one. Let me just come here to the code. So right here you can see how I want the products page to look like. So we are going to have this part where we have all products, and we have this product, and then we are going to have the data grid. So here, if I check, you can be able to see that already this data grid MUI has been installed. So I'm going to just scroll this down, or to push this down like that, so that we can have a space where we can work in. So here I'm going to first of all make sure that I style this. I'm going to style the whole container. So I'm going to give it a padding of 5, and also I'm going to give the width here to be of 70 VW. So 70 VW like that. And also I want to have and now this the part here where you can show the all products and the button here. So let me also make sure that we have a div here. So I'm going to have a class name for styling. So the first thing that I need to do here is to make sure that it's flex. We have the flex here. So here I need to have items to be center. So item center, and also I'm going to have justify to be justify between like that, and also I'm going to give a margin of 30 pixels, so 30 pixels like that. And now here I can have the text, which is all products, so all products like that. And here I can be able to style this. So class name, I'm going to give it a margin of 20 pixels. So 20 pixels like that. I'm going to give a text font. This is like font size, or this is a font size of 20 pixels like that. And if I save this, come back to my code here, so I have this code, you'll be able to see that we have this text here, all products. So now the other thing that I want to do is to have now the button here, and the button is create like that. I'm going to have a class name, and this one I'm going to give like styling. So the background color, I want to have a background of color of 1E, 1E, 1E. This is like a dark color. So I'm going to give a padding of 20 or 10 pixels. Also, I want to give a font to have a font of semi-bold like that, and also I'm going to give a text to have a text of white, so text white. And also I want to give a cursor to be pointer like that. So if I save this and format, so and go back to my code here, be able to see that we have this button here. Now we have been left with the other part, that we have the data grid. So what I can do is that I'm going now here to the overview, or maybe even before overview here, I can just come back to get started. And for get started here, you can be able to see you need to create rows, and if you are using TypeScript, you need to add these types here. You also need to create columns here, and also if you are using TypeScript, add the type. And after that, now you need to add this data grid here after you have imported up here. So I'm going to copy this first thing first. So I'm going to copy that and paste it above here, so like that. And I'm going to remove this too, because I'm not going to use, or I'm not using TypeScript. I'm just using vanilla JavaScript, so like that. And then the other thing that I want to add here, let me first of all format the code so that I think we have a lot of spaces here. So let me just remove these extra spaces. I don't know why my code formatter is not working the way I want it to work. So here I'm going to have another div. So a div here, and let me just have a div. Auto completion for me is not working. So I'm going to have this part, and I can give it a class name. So a class name here, and the only thing that I'm going to add here is margin of like 30 pixels. But I think also we can just do away with it, because I think it is not necessary as per now. So what we are going to add here is the data grid here. So let's see how we can implement that. So the first thing that I need to do is to have rows. So I'm going to copy these rows here like that, and then paste it above here. And I'm going to remove the type here, because I'm not using TypeScript. And also I'm going to have the rows or columns, sorry. So I'm going to have the columns also right here. Copy that, and you can paste it here. So let me paste here like that, and remove this like that. And then after that, I think the other thing that I need to do is add now this data grid here, like this data grid. Let me just come here and paste inside here. And then if I save that and then come back to my code, so my code is right here, you'll be able to see that we have this data grid here. But I feel that it doesn't have a margin. So what I'm going to do is I think give the margin. So I'll give a margin of 30 pixels. Let me see. Yeah, 30 pixels like that. Let's see how it will look like. And yeah, you can see this one. This looks nice. So I want now to make sure that I add the data for our product here, because you can see this one is a bit different. And what we are going to do is already had prepared the data here, because I didn't want us to waste a lot of time. So this is like the rows, and we are going to prepare the columns. So this one is for the products. So I'm going to copy this, and let me just come up to, I think here, yeah, this one, copy that. And then inside here, I'm going to eliminate the rows like that. And because now this is the data, we are just going to remove now the rows here, and code it data. And now we need to have columns. So for the columns, I think I'm going to just paste the code and then we can discuss that. So let me do that. So let me copy the the column, because I don't want us to waste a lot of time. So if I just remove this column and paste it here, I think I don't know why I'm having these errors. So this error, we have expected whatever. So I don't know. I think that's because I have not added as a column. So let me just uh, go back, and I'm going to just have the columns as a whole, so that we can have it displayed the way it should. So and let me copy now here. So we have columns, and then paste it here. So you can see here that we need to import this link here, and also that fa trash. So let me copy that, or let me import that. So import fa trash like that. You can be able to see how you can import it easily, and then import. So I'm going to import link, so from React Router DOM like that. And then if I do that and then come back here, save that, and then come back to my here, you can see that we are having this error here, unique ID blah blah blah. So I'm going to just make sure that I come up here to where we have the data grid, and then add another option here. So for this option, I can add get row ID. So get row ID here. So get row ID, and then here I'm going to select the row, and then I'm going to just point out to return row dot ID. I think I have an ID for the rows. Let me check. Yeah, underscore ID. Actually, it's underscore ID. So it is underscore ID like that. So if I do that, that error should be eliminated. Yeah, you can see that error has been eliminated right here. So, and also you can see we have these images here, and they are being published right here. So I think now what we can do is we can go back and discuss the code. So right here, I think if I come back here, you'll be able to see that this is just a column, a representation of a column. For example, here we have the ID, and then the ID here, it's the header name, because you can see here, this is the header name here, and you can see this is the one that is appearing. We have the product here, the field, and for this one, I need to make sure that you match here you can return a render set where you can give it the width, and when you return this, for the example for the field here, you can add this render set here, and you can be able to call this function, this anonymous function, and pass in the params, and through these params you can be able to select anything here. That's why you can see I have selected dash row, and then those image here, and also for the title, you can see here it's also called the title. So the other one is the brand. I think now we don't have the brand, so I'm going to have the description here. So description, and this one will be description, or description like that. So you can see this name here for the field, it must match the one that you want to show here. So if I do that and save and come back here, you'll be able to see that we are going to have a description. So right now I think yeah, you can see we have it here, the description. And I think that's all. As per now, we are showing pretty much the information that we want to show here. So also you can see if you don't want to have this part where you need to show multiple products in one row here, or in one column. You can just skip using this render cell here and just use the field and the simplest way it is here. And you can see for the other part here where we show the button here, and the button and the icon for delete, we have also added the render cell here. So you will go back, you will go through the code, and you'll be able to understand, because also I'm providing the code under the in the description of this video. So don't worry, you are going to get hang of it. So once you go through the code, so here you can be able to see now how easy it is to create a data grid. And here you can see this one is different, because this one you can be able to select, and to make sure that you can select, you only need to add another option here. And for this one, I'm going to add checkbox selection, like that. And when you save that, come back here, you'll be able to see that have added that part where you can be able to select. You can see you have this, and because this data grid is come out of the box with other features, like you can be able to sort by ascending, you can be able to sort by descending, you can be able to filter. Yeah, and filter is, you can be able to, for example, search. You can see this, all these features are coming, they are coming out of the box with the data grid from MUI. So now the other part, or the other thing that we want to do is to also do the same for the users. And this will be very simple, because already we are going to replicate the same with what we have done with our products here. So I'm going to copy this and copy that. I'm going to make sure that I add it here. And here we am going to first of all make sure this, sure this is add users, and this one is, I'm not going to have create here because I don't want us to have a feature the admin will be adding the users. So also I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to import. So I'm going to copy the this part here where we have the let me just have a far trash here and this data grid, like that. Copy that, and we are going to paste up here. So this one, like that. But here also I have not copied the data grid, so let me copy the data grid and paste it here. So I think now also the other thing that you need here is the rows for the user, or the data for the user. So I'm going to copy this where we have the dummy user information and paste it here. But in this case, I just want to call it data. Let me just have it as data here, like that. Call it the data. And I think yeah, you can see this is data. Yeah, so I think that's okay. Now we need to have columns, and let's copy. I'm going to copy that from another place. So let me do that. So here I'm going to have also the columns, and here you can see we need to have this icon. So I'm going to remove this and just import fa trash like that, and I can be able to import that. And when I save this and maybe come back to my code, and now you can see the users are being displayed here, and even you can see their ID, their name, and their email, their phone number, and many other things. So now the other part that has been also left is where we have the orders, but I think this video is just long enough, so we are going to tackle that in the other part, or we are going to tackle the orders, and also we are going to look at the banners page here in the next video. So have a great day. See you on the next video.